EG?
I think they'd be ahead because they played 1 series less. Even if EG win.
Oh, EG's played 3 series?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
This
right,
is
because
their third
they're in
series
the
right
OG,
now.
right?
They're
Yeah.
0-2 Fnatic, 1-1 Navi, and if they go 0-2 against OG, they'd actually be last in the group right now
Yeah.
by like a full series, which is incredible to think about. As Dazzle Warlock, a pretty passive. Okay, so the one thing about Navi's drafts, it feels like they really love the save. And look at this.
Last pick, Broodmother, us? Nah, we last pick Broodmother, you.
Oh, that's fun.
That's dirty.
I like it.
I'm presuming it... Does it actually beat Dazzle that hard? I don't think it does. Because you have Shadow... First of all, like, Poison Touch is going to win the lane initially. And then you have Shadow Wave to deal with some Spiderlings. Like, I think you actually have enough that Brood won't be able to just
if
run
you just
you
get
over.
like webbed and spidered on though, don't you just die?
Maybe.
I mean, I don't see Brood lose a lot of aside from Kunkka.
I mean, I could see I could see the Broodmother dying early though. You've got Earth
Okay.
Spirit plus Dazzle Poison Touch. Like that is a really potent combo.
You're gonna need Zayas to do a lot this game. Okay. But as I was saying, Navi seem to really like the save with Alk. You know, they drafted the Oracle. This time they have the Dazzle plus the Warlock.
Yep.
It feels like they like that mechanic. I think they are treating this Alk as like a true one this game.
Mm-hmm.
Last time they had some soft measures. This time they're all inning for it. They've got 3 heals plus an Alk.
That's a lot of heals.
It's a lot of heals.
It's a lot of supporting cast. They do have a secondary damage dealer, much like they had with. Do you I think you always want a secondary damage dealer when you have Alk, right?
The other thing too that there's 2 ways to run Alk. It's either you make him this overwhelming force, like you pick a Beastmaster with him, and then just like he has the Aura plus Solar Crest,
right?
Or you treat him as if like he's any other carry, where you pick a lot of stuns around him so that he can just continue the team fight.
Yep.
But in this regard, they just decided to treat him as like the, like the power buff raid boss. I guess Magical then has to go the Crest. I feel like Solar Crest makes this hero like even better. It speeds up the timing even more.
Yeah. It gives him a nice armor buff, which I think is really good for him. The offensive use of Solar Crest is obviously incredible for Alchemist. He already has his minus armor. He has a physical damage nuke, a physical or unstable concoction.
Don't die, my darlings.
Half-two-legged abomination.
You know, part of this is I always like to see is I think it's kind of cool, the hero chat wheel lines, because it goes to show how much that player has practiced this hero in their pubs. Like if
when they have them all?
Yeah, you see the level 25, you're like, all right, this guy.
Do you have any 25s?
This guy's spamming it. No.
I don't either. You would think I would have it with Storm, but I'm only 14.
I am close. I think I'm level 20 or 21 on Pango.
Dude, you're more of a hero spammer than I am.
I also play more games than you, though.
That's true. But I'm trying to catch up, dude.
Yeah.
I'm actually trying to grind Dota like a lot more.
Yeah.
I just needed a break from being terrible at the game.
I mean, we'll definitely, I think the cool part about the new matchmaking system is that, like, I'm excited to, like, be able to grind together with people, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, not you.
Dude, I'm a sick player.
Like, me, you can hit me up when you're back to 6K, but...
I think no, I lost a lot recently.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, this new matchmaking system, the minus 40 plus 10, I've almost lost my 6K. I was almost 7K right before TI, and then the new matchmaking system came out.
Yeah, but you're terrible, and, like, I'm actually, Oh, hold that thought.
Are we going to lose Stinger? Or sorry, not Stinger. Stinger's right now the one just trying to catch the Earth Spirit and set up Whisper. And now that Whisper's here, he actually has the level 1 split Earth to make sure they get 1 stun into the follow-up chain stun from Schofield, and Zayas will...
They've surrounded him.
Ball. They're going to give it to Whisper.
Oh, they're core givers.
Yeah.
There's 2 types of teams. There's either the guys that, they're going to right-click as furiously as they can to get the last hit.
Yep.
Or they're going to give their cores the kills.
Yeah.
Alliance their supports will right click furiously.
Yep.
Insania's getting that last hit.
OG will do everything they can to give the last hit to
Yeah.
their cores.
So like you know how to divide them.
Secret, Yapsor's taking the last hit with Fate Bolt every time.
Yes. He's a Fade Bolter. I mean, I admire it. What an alpha play, as Magical is in fact top. They've switched things around so that crystallizes one-on-one against the Brute.
Disruption into spin. Zaya's trying to get the roll away, but is hit by Schofield's and
Dude, what a stun.
The Earth Spirit dies
And they
again.
give him the last hit again. They're going to risk it so that he gets the last hit every time. As top lane, I mean, Whisper... The best part about this situation, when you're in a one-on-one and you're in the safe lane, it feels fine.
Yeah.
Magical, though, you know, he's been relegated. They're like, okay, this is not a good thing for you. See, they agreed with me, man. I was like, doesn't
Apparently.
Brood just die? Or doesn't Brood just kill the Dazzle? Like, pretty easily, too. Because if you think about it, if he ever isolates you and you're not in your creeps, you're dead.
Yeah.
And you can't stop him from farming, and you don't pressure his tower. I think is, like, the two things that make Brood okay to deal with. Either you can kill his spiders really easily, or you can pressure his tower. And I don't think that Dazzle does either of those. Then again, I didn't think Slark did either, you know. Whoopee.
That was so wild.
That was.
Seeing a Broodmother like take a tower by 6 minutes and then have all this map control and them never being down by more than 3k
Hector,
during
man.
that first like
Apparently
20
Hector's
minutes.
just the best player we've never heard of.
Yeah. Stinger. Setting up the Impale, but they didn't feel like they could really go for it.
Yeah, Blizzy still had cooldown for not of a second on his Nature's Attendance, but with it back up, just a little bit scared to do so. As Whisper is, I mean, he's not doing terrible in the top lane, like at least when it comes to levels, and that's really what you want on this hero. You will flash farm and catch up on this hero, as he's actually gonna go for the fight, and that'll be a mistake.
Yeah, but he's right next to the trees, so he may get hit by the poison touch, but they can't reset it.
Never fight against Dazzle.
I mean, this is a lane that even though it's like annoying, it should be kind of okay for him, just because they shouldn't be able to kill him.
Who's
right?
the one that strums the guitar in like a really cool way? Is it Earth Spirit? That has like
no,
that
he
riff?
rides his stick.
Yeah, that's
like
what,
a
but it plays the
Oh yeah, it plays a little bit of a surfer jam.
little I really like that. That might be my favorite. As Whisper is non-stop spamming the disco. Literally
Yeah.
hasn't stopped since the lane started.
I mean, there's not a whole lot for him to do, right? He just keeps on battling against an Echo, so.
Or as Slacks calls him, Sonico.
Sonico.
Poor sweet Sonico.
Blizzy activates the Nature's Attendance, and Schofield is going to be able to hit the stun, but this heal over time is going to be able to match that Blade Fury, and that's not enough
dead.
damage. And Schofield's going to be the one who dies instead if he does get hit by Zayats one more time, but he won't. He has the boots to be able to counteract that Orb of Venom, dodges the roll-in, and Schofield's fine, and he laughs his way to safety. Meanwhile, over the top lane, Whisper trying to get the kill on Seneko, activates the Fairy Fire, but it's not enough to live.
I think
And
he's
he
getting
does
frustrated.
Yeah.
This lane's not fun to be in right now. The bottom lane, they made the classic mistake of thinking Ench was a killable hero.
Yeah, dude. It's not. They just max out. You think like, oh, we don't have.
Oh, what?
What happened? Dude, I caught so many kills in game one.
I mean,
missed, like,
I can't
one
blame
of
you
them,
for
but,
that.
like, what? All right, well, Crystallize just turned around on a gank, killed the Broodmother,
With no stun.
and killed he killed the Nyx Assassin, right? Now he has level 6. Dude, fighting Alchemist under Acid Spray is actually so hard.
Yeah, but you had to stand under it to die.
Yeah. Whisper's gonna die here. At the same time, they do manage to kill the Earth Spirit again, but Hector's gonna get traded out for it. So this time around, the Juggernaut doesn't just easily run around getting a kill. This is not. Blizzy's having a great game.
I mean, everyone on Navi is having a great game.
Yeah, this is. Well, Infamous did have a rough laning phase last time too.
Yeah, but it was a little bit different. No one got solo killed like this.
Yeah.
Crystallize actually just got a walk in for free double kill on a
Yeah.
core and a support. And not like a super under farm support either. Like this guy has boots.
It's funny, they did that gank when it's like, oh, he's about to get level 6, like, let's kill him while he's still 5. And then that just actually sped up Crystallizes timing, and now he's level 7.
Dude, his timing is insane now. As he's going to pop the ult, does not care now about Schofield's presence at all.
They just can't do enough damage to him.
So last game he got the Radiance around 11 minutes. With that bonus, we'll see if it speeds that timer up a little bit more.
Plus the fact that he's a successful mid lane, is that better for Alk than safe lane? Right? Just
yeah.
because the experience.
The levels, man.
What is happening?
Dude, people are just dying. I feel like Jug was unkillable.
Yeah. Apparently not. And Seneko, well, he's definitely killable. His heal is actually doing him a lot of work, but eventually they should be able to run him down. This damage over time, bit by bit, is being counteracted by the Shadow Word, and Whisper's actually taking so much damage to roll in. They Fatal Bonded as well. They could be in big time trouble. Whisper's
Fatal Bond's
actually
killing
dead.
both of them.
The two-man stun, he gets out the stun to follow it up, but Whisper is dead.
Wow. Navi is working him right now. They are thoroughly outplaying Infamous.
They really are.
And look at this Crystallize. You know, he's saying, I'm not a slouch in mid lane. I know how to stack camps.
The Radiant Sign Alchemist is I feel like, dirt. Because you're so close to that camp, you'll just never miss it. Zion's trying to get the roll away, but Hector sticks right next to him. The Shadow is still going to be enough. It keeps on out-healing this damage over time from Infamous, whether it's the Blade Fury coming out from the Juggernaut or the Edict attempt by the Leshrac. They just can't seem to finish the job.
This is twice now where they've gone for it. They've committed quite hard for the kill. Haven't ended up with it. And 7-3, this game doesn't get easier, Cap. This was your last pick Brood to try to have a similar game, and it was pretty disastrous, if I'm honest with you.
Centaur running in. Blizzy gonna get a solo kill on Whisper. Look at the difference between these offlaners. Level 7, almost level 8 Blizzy. Whisper, only level 4. Nice kickback. Hector uses that opportunity to get a Blade Fury on top of Magical. He might be able to get the kill if he throws out the Omni Slash, and he doesn't actually have a Shallow Grave, so Magical is dead. Disaster strikes as Science thought it was an opportunity to get some damage on Hector, actually kills his core.
And look at this. He's coming to steal the stack right now on the Brood.
Take
you
the
need
stack,
to do stuff
he's
like
gonna
this.
get rolled on. They do have the Acid Spray. That's going to be able to take so many Spiderlings. That actually, experience-wise, probably wasn't as good, but gold-wise, it was probably still worth it for Crystallize.
And the SD Stinger comes in trying to should kill up these creeps. And did he pop it in time? I don't think so, because Crystallize did just get a good amount of gold. And he's going to get the ward. He got 134 gold for that. They're in such a good position right now.
Hector again being gone on by this Earth Spirit. They just keep on putting the pressure there because they know they've got this nice one-on-one bottom lane that is going to go well for them. And Crystallize is 1v1ing mid. It's going to have a very fast Radiance at this rate. Looks like another round where the 10-minute bounties will finish up the Radiance for him.
This is such a good timing. He got it at like 11 last game, and I thought that was fast considering he had absolute free farm.
Yeah.
And because he had a tri-lane devoted to him, and this game might even be quicker. Plus he went Soul Ring, so like he had to expend even more money, where he just went Bracer last time. It's like he's going to be in a sweet position right now. More or less has it. Dude, he might even get it before the bounty runes.
What happened to people not going the unstable concoction? Cool. Oh, roll down. But there is going to be the healing ward. Hector micros it pretty nicely. It still dies to Magical, but at least he got away from the Earth Spirit. Got a few more seconds.
I think it's because you just want to rate boss it now.
Yeah.
And like hit buildings, and yeah, he got it before the 10-minute mark.
Dead again. Like this Edict is so bad in this game for him because he's dealing with Enchant, where this Enchantress has all these extra creeps to be able to tank it up. The Shadow Word was super effective. And it looks like Stinger is still going to die as well at bottom, so that's a double kill for them.
They're going to get
bounty
the bounties.
runes. That was 3 for Navi. I count that up right? No, 2 for 2.
2 for 2, but you know what the wild part is? It didn't matter because Crystallize had the Radiance before. He got it at 9:48.
Damn.
That is a timing cap.
That is a timing indeed. Which means he's already 1,000 gold into his Blink Dagger. A fast Blink Dagger this game is going to be ruthless.
God, this timing is, it just gets better and better. If you're a Navi fan, your emotions, you got to be pretty happy right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're so far the kings of 1-1. But that'll sneak you in.
Yes. Yes, it will. Whisper gonna be spotted by Blizzy here. Activates the Diabolic Edict. This heal over time is counteracting. They will manage to hit the Impale. That'll be enough. They're going to drop everything they have, though. The Warlock Golem trying to counteract as much as possible, but Earth Spirit still being damaged by the Blade Fury. Now just the Omni Slash going over to him, but it's 6 on the Golem instead. Now he's left exposed as Crystallize sees the opportunity to TP in with the Unstable Concoction to kill the enemy court carry.
And Hector's trying to do whatever he can, but
look at that.
They're
TP
just in
out from Earth Spirit.
Such a rough position right now.
Trying to kill Sineko with the Soul Catcher, helping
got him.
this burst damage, but do they? It's going to be a little bit close. They're going to go for the third poison. Sineko's actually fine, especially with the heal from Dazzle.
Oh, look at that body block.
Stinger's fine, though.
We just appreciate little moments like that, as
Yeah.
the mid tower is taken by the Brood.
That's good.
And funny enough, his build is completely different than the one we saw last game. As the roll-in comes, doesn't have mana, the kick for the
Can
slow.
he get out of vision? He's got to get away from these impetus shots, and he does.
Look at his spider legs. Just panicking. And he's going to back himself out. In fact, going for the Midas into the Aghanims. He's playing for that level 20 talent right now, Cap.
Yeah. You think this is a game where he's going to have to play a little bit more split push gorilla style? Like
yeah.
that's what the Midas Axe build is, right? Is you're just controlling the map, running around, dodging
I think it's
fights.
really hard for him to fight.
Yeah. Hey, bottom lane, Whisper's dead.
Thank you for the update.
I've said that. I've said that 6 times this game in 12 minutes. Yeah, I mean, Whisper had a rough game 1 too. Like he came in the clutch in some of the late game situations, but
Cap, they're gonna deathball it.
yeah, they're deathballing real hard right now.
They have this Dazzle with a Necro Book.
Yeah.
He is gonna be strong. I would like somebody on their team to go Solar Crest this game. I don't know.
Well, he doesn't have to, like, he can do the classic Dazzle core thing where he only goes Necrobook 1 and then goes back for the Solar Crest.
I feel like Solar Crest has a lot of value in this game.
Yeah. Especially with this Blink Dagger and Crystallize, they can be able to burst down Crystallock some of these times. If not, they can at least kill some Spiderlings.
He wants to burn them. It's kinda
Rack it
rough
up.
to think about. Poor
What?
spiders.
What poor spider. Dude, I hate spiders.
Spiders are great. They help, you know, they're just homies.
Dude, I know they eat bugs and stuff, but that doesn't stop me from hating them because they're gross and creepy and weird.
They're useful.
That doesn't change the fact that they're gross, creepy, and weird.
No. Opposite day. As Whisper's going to take this bottom tower, or at least trying to, and the trade will be this mid tower, and maybe they just continue to go for it.
This is the right idea, though, right? If you're at this point and Navi's deathballing, you literally just stay away from them and try and take as many towers as possible to
Oh,
trade
look at
off.
this. He's going for Greaves. They're really going to deathball this at some point.
They're just going to be impossible to kill.
Greaves, they're going to have 4 forms of healing. They have a counter-initiate tool with the Warlock Golem. I will say, I think as the game goes on, like in an ultra-late situation, they will lose.
Navi will,
Yeah, I think so.
because they have a Dazzle core.
Yeah, with the type of heroes that they have, I could see them losing.
Zayas, they know he's here because the Diabolic Edict has spotted him out. They're going to try and run him down, but Chris Luck, thanks to that damage over time, he's like, oh no, my Spiderlings, my poor babies, I had to retreat, but Whisper will be left behind. Couldn't do enough damage to kill anybody.
So many hits of the Poison Touch.
Yeah. 2 and 7 and 0 now for Whisper. His Tusk had a rough time for the first 40 minutes of the game, and it's looking like a repeat performance here in game 2.
Yeah, and we saw this sort of dominant start from Navi in the last game. So, you know, they should try to reset themselves, continue to stay a little bit more disciplined. But it's a little bit of a different situation because of the solo kill.
15-minute bounties, they're going to hit the Impale, making sure that was smart from Schofield. He could have gotten greedy and gone for the Vendetta hit, but better to make sure that bounty rune is not picked up for the Alchemist line.
And this is the least amount of farm that I've ever seen Hector have. Only has 100 CS right now. Navi have done such a good job of just choking out the farm.
Relatively speaking, it's not that bad from Hector, right? But with his performances so far, he's been so good at finding farm
Yes.
that this is subpar for him.
And in this game, they've done such a good job of shutting him out. They've been following him around, making life hard for him, sticking the Enchantress in his lane. They've done a very good job, Navi.
Lizzie.
They're going to go for the smoke here. They want to continue to play aggressive with this Alk. He's got BKB too. He's hit the next tier timing. He almost has the AC already on top of that. I mean, this guy is an absolute fiend right now with that gold.
Just the little things, turning
Dude,
off his radiance.
you know this
as they
happened
move
last
the
game
smoke
too?
Around.
Crystallize, they did this exact smoke. He found an illusion.
Whoa! They still managed to hit him with the roll-in, but he's on the high ground. They just need to stay out of vision. Don't get spotted by the unstable concoction, but he does. Out of a spider he goes, but he has the Aghanim Scepter underneath the tier 2 as well.
This
Navi
exact
can't go
same
for
thing
it.
happened in the last game.
Yeah?
Yeah, like literally the exact same situation. That's crazy.
They're going to force down this tier 2. Schofield trying to hit the impale right now. Pump faking a few times, but he knows. He's like, nope. Can't save you, Stinger. I've just got to get away from Crystallize, who's prepping that unstable concoction. Navi will turn back to the tier 2.
Look at this. They're going to protect their catapult. What a team.
Whisper is doing the same thing, though. Like, he's just going all in for these side lane towers every single time. He doesn't care about his life. That's why Navi are just going to go for the high ground.
They should go for this.
We're saying we're unkillable. You can't stop us. So hit all the tier 2s you want. We're going to go straight for your base. We're going to go for Stinger, try to slow this entire thing down. Hector shows up with a healing ward, but look at the Necronomicon's just running at that healing ward as best as possible. Does manage to pick it up, and Hector takes a lot of damage. He's not going to feel good about fighting right now, especially with no Omni Slash. So that's going to be a tier 3 dead. Whisper just keeps it going at the tier 2. I think Infamous, as sad as this is the best play they have.
Yeah,
they can't actually fight.
They will lose a 5-on-5, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Especially against the Rock, as this is the second time Stinger's popped out, and last 2 times he's died for it, but with the BKB on this Alk, 17-minute racks, this is so well done right now by Navi.
Going to come in from behind, though. They're saying maybe we do have to try and fight. They've already lost their melee barracks, but they're going to go for it anyway. Crystallize gets
stunned up, Crystallize!
He's going to be stunned up by his own unstable concoction. They have to throw out the early Shallow Grave Whisper. Yule Simpsons himself. Meanwhile, the Omni Slash is able to finish off that Earth Spirit. Stinger gets run down by the cores of Dazzle, and it looks like the healing was still too much. Even with the chain stunning on Crystallize, he honestly did not get close to death. Even with the Shallow Grave on him, he was good 50% or more the entire time. They will be able to grab a creep wave here, but spin out. Will be able to dodge that unstable concoction. Can't dodge the impetus shots, though, and that's why Hector will fall.
Way too strong right now at this point.
I mean, what was the point of fighting when you've already given up the
they've
melee
lost
barracks?
racks. It's always weird when things like that happen, when teams decide to go for the fight after the fact, as we see Crystallize. He's loading up the stun right now. He knows.
Won't spot him, though.
If the neutral creep had hit him.
Yeah.
But Crystallize, I like how aggressive he's being anyways in this game. And Navi, it feels like they learned from last game. They're like, we probably played that a little bit too carefully, in fact. And they're just sort of going for it non-stop, keeping the pressure up. And I feel like the only thing that's changed is they don't have the Warlock Rock, but I don't even know if that changes too much. I feel like with the AC, it's strong enough to offset what they just lost, and they should just go for it again.
It's kind of surprising to me that they're only down by 7,000 net worth on Infamous. Then again, they do have a Brood Mother.
Yes.
So,
the
Brood Mother with Midas as well.
The Brood will keep you relatively even-spirited.
Yeah.
But this top push is going to be hot and heavy, and the AC has now been complete.
I mean, his build is not designed to fight, and Navi, they're taking full advantage of that, right? They're just like saying, well, since you can't fight us.
Congrats on all your webs.
Yeah.
We're really happy for you. Navi, if they want to be super disciplined, they could go for the Roche, but Cap, they're taking a page out of Infamous's book. They're going to go for the 4-on-5.
Yeah.
And in a mirrored situation, they're going to lose the Courier to the Brood, and they don't seem to care. They're just sort of going for it. They've got the AC on Crystallize. They're saying this is enough right now. And the backline going to get assaulted.
The stun. They're not going to be able to get the BKB off. Crystallize feels fine. He's going to go for the Chemical Rage, but that's why Chris Luck is going for Sineko. Will be able to take him down with Stinger, as well as, the roll in. That's going to be, unfortunately, Schofield going down. Magical does get stunned. He's not going to be able to get the TP away. Magical will fall to the Spiderlings here, even as Crystallize tries to save him. And at least we'll be able to get some spiders on his way out. They have to cut the creep wave.
Dude, the BKB Brood's a beast.
And bottom lane's in trouble. They actually need to be able to go back, defend this tier 3. Hector needs to make sure he doesn't get stunned into the silence, though. He's going to be in a bit of trouble, but there's just not enough coming out from Zions that they will be able to TP out.
Like 100 health, if that. Okay, so the BKB Brood, we definitely underrated that. That is strong. So we're going to see again, you just see Chris Luck skip his way towards the backline. Seneko without that Warlock Rock has no way to defend himself, and Magical wanted to save the Grave, it looked like, just for himself. But he was able to just 1v3 there in the backline.
It's kind of crazy that, like, Infamous could have fought 4 versus 5, but instead they left Hector at bottom lane and took the fight 4 versus 4.
Yes. Navi this time, they're like, we got to just go for it. And it almost cost them a pretty big fight, but
yeah,
goes relatively even. Of course, they don't have Blizzy there, who's
okay
going for the full-on carry build, let me just say.
Blitz.
What's up?
Level 20 Broodmother. He's finally online with his real split push threat. And he's in the split push position right now.
They've got to go back after this.
Well, are they even? They're being delayed a lot by Stinger right now. The disruption going out, they're going to try and roll out on the Earth Spirit. They will be able to kick him back into the pool. Really good play there. And Navi will clean up that kill, but they've been significantly delayed. And look what's happening to this bottom lane.
They can't give up on this Rosh,
but they cannot give up on this Rosh.
The stun on
the
a Crystallize.
But Crystallize, he actually gets his TP canceled. That's why Infamous are going back into
my
it.
lord.
They're going to hit the tier 3s without the damage dealer of the Alchemist. They might just be able to fully commit. There it is, the Omni Slash instantly on his eyes, but he gets the roll away just in time. But the melee barracks isn't going to be able to survive. They're still in trouble. They could just spin out quite easily and be able to get away. Look at that, Infamous. Oh, they dropped the rock. They're going to be able to catch Hector still.
They might go for Roshan themselves. If the Brood had TP'd and doesn't have it, but they get Raxed. Unbelievable. Infamous. The stun by Schofield was sick. On the Crystallize?
Yeah.
That alone probably saves them that Rax. If he's able to get there.
They're probably still going to get Roshan at this point, right?
They need to go back in. But, I mean, everybody from Infamous is about to be alive. And they don't really want to leave this bottom area.
No.
Brood really needs a TP, is what she needs. Because I think what you want to do in this situation is actually force them back and get the Roshan yourself.
Yeah.
Because getting a range Rex at this point, I don't think really matters too much to Navi. Oh, you've already lost the melee.
Yeah. Part of the reason he can't go and take the time to get a TP right, though, is he wants to keep this pressure to try and keep Navi away from that Roshan.
Yeah, and in fact, he's going to bring Clarities to himself, but not the TP.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, he has to return it. Come on, man. Okay, he returned it so that he could get the Javelin and the Quarterstaff.
TP's for noobs. You just get an Aghanim Scepter and run around the map really fast.
That is so funny to me.
Crystalline's going to stun himself.
He actually turned around. He's like, the funniest part was he baited us so hard. He's like, oh, okay, I actually forgot something. They're like, all right, he's doing the right thing. I guess he can get to Roshan pretty quickly anyways.
Yeah.
I sort of wanted them to
makes him run so fast, but
yeah.
They have full control of that Roshan pit area now because these Alchemists, the only hero who can push out bottom lane by himself.
Yes. And again, I will say that I didn't think it would even get to this point because I felt like Navi was just going to end the game. But if it does come to a late game situation, I do think Navi loses.
Yo, shout out to Whisper, by the way. He's going to die again. But I think a lot of his deaths have been really acceptable for the space he's created.
Yes. Although, at the same time, Navi's really happy with that.
Yeah.
I think it's acceptable, but I think it even loses them Rax, or not Rax, Roche as a result of that death. So, like, it's kind of okay, but at the same time, like, you don't have that 5-on-5 threat anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't actually think it's
I think in Whisper's head, he was like, oh, but this means Chris Luck can push in bottom, but we already talked about it. Pushing in bottom again doesn't actually change anything. Navi, they're going to try and contest the Roshan, but this time, they immediately jump on the hero that chose himself. Singer's going to get caught. Schofield just kind of running in, stunning up some heroes as fast as possible. Buy time. That's all you got to do, because mid lane, the tier 2 is already gone, and here comes Big Daddy Broodmother. Chris Luck runs into the barracks, and they can't actually finish up Roshan. Look at this. Alchemist has to come back. It's a Dazzle alone inside the pit to try and finish up Roche, and he can't do it by himself.
And the
buybacks
now
are going to come in from Infamous now.
The bottom range rack has been taken.
And look at Hector. He's already taken that range racks. He's going to go. He's going to be the one now hit the tier 3 mid. But they got the silence onto him. Hector. You should have just let the Broodmother do this job, and now Whisper, he tries to come in, but here comes Schofield. Managed to hit the two-man impale. Whisper's going to be able to follow up that Sun onto Death.
kill him before the grave?
And they get him off the Guardian Graves, and now he's going to be able to get off the Shallow Grave. Turns around, gets some damage on a Whisper, but Broodmother's here. Here comes Crystallize as well, though. Two-man Sun inside the pit. They do manage to get both of those kills on Roshan. A double for him, but Crystallock is still trying to fight it out. He doesn't have his cores anymore with the Juggernaut dying. Now Whisper's dead as well. Crystallize just too big for him to take the one-on-one man fight. So Crystallize, he's going to root out the rest of these infamous heroes. He's going to say, damn it all, kill them, root them out at the stem, and just go back into the Roshan once 4 of them are dead. Finally, we have squashed Infamous and will be able to take Roshan themselves.
The mid push, they still have creeps. They're going to lose a tier 3 tower potentially.
They certainly are if these spiders can just keep on going, but Crystallize is saying enough, it is enough. I have to finish up this Roshan even if it costs us another tier 3.
Yes, you actually have to prioritize at that point. It's taken so long. Wow, I can't believe the game is in this position.
Absurd.
This is winnable now for Infamous.
Oh, it certainly is.
It's winnable for both teams right now. I really thought that Navi just had it.
Dude, they looked like they were indestructible.
Yeah, boy, do I love being proven wrong.
And then that level 20 hit for Chris Luck. I mean, you said that's what he was playing for. And as soon as he got it, he was playing in the split push position, and it changed the entire game.
Oh, I love, you know, when you're wrong and then you get games like this that are just like, these two teams are destined to just, they should play each other nonstop.
Best of 5.
I would love to see a best of 5 with these two teams.
All right,
Navi
well,
and Infamous are both very entertaining
There's
teams.
only one best of 5 in the International Blitz.
I would, let's skip ahead.
Let's go. Grand Finals. Infamous
Grand
versus Navi. Moonshard coming up for Crystallize. He's fully 6 slotted.
Yeah, and you have, you've got like two, like you have such similar heroes in the sense that like both their net worths are always going to look very inflated.
Yeah.
And now K1 Hector has come back in a big way. His net worth looking pretty reasonable himself.
And then Dazzle's dropping off, like you said. Same goes with the Enchantress, actually. This Enchantress is looking pretty rough to Crystallize. He's going to have to carry it himself, and he's trying to go for the kill on the Broodmother right now. Gets the Abyssal Blade, but the lifesteal's actually keeping Crystallock alive, and he's actually trying to kill Crystallize, but now the Magical shows himself. Crystallock realizes, I can't actually kill them. I need to be able to grab myself some time, but he can't get over the cliffs. He's done too much. He took too much time. He turned and fight an Aegis Alchemist. Just not the best idea.
I think he really overrated his strength there.
Yeah.
He has 2 defensive items and a Midas. That is not enough to fight the Alk.
Certainly not.
That Alk is going to feast on you. And a lot of your talents are Spiderling based.
Yeah.
You know, he has the plus 125 spawn Spiderling damage, the plus 30 Spider's attack damage. That's not good to fight the Alk against.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't care about either of those talents. So you have half your items, half your talents that don't really do anything against the Alk. He forgot where his bread is buttered, which is splitting up the map.
Sineko. Just making sure his R key still works.
They're going to go for cap.
Is up, and they're going to go for it.
Without the Brood up.
Broodmother down for 30 seconds, and Infamous are not in a good enough split push position to really force Navi back. 2-man impale. If the supports can stall this up enough, maybe Whisper can actually do it. But first, Schofield's going to have to give up his life as the Earth Spirit managed to lock him down with that silence. Back over to the mid lane, though. They have to fight through the backdoor protection. It is going to be taken away as Hector pushes in that top lane. They're going to try and go for the TP out, but Crystallize is here. He's going to be able to catch Whisper. The tier 3 still falls, but Whisper will fall with it. Over to Hector. He's going to be able to get away, it looks like, as Whisper finally does die. Turn around, Omni Slash onto poor old Sineko.
But he does have a Basher.
He does have a Basher, so he won't be able to just simply spin and TP away. It's not going to be that easy for Hector. He's going to run the other direction. The impetus shot's doing so much damage, and one last swing from Crystallize gets that carry as well. Infamous, the split push is what actually brought them back into this game, but now it's actually costing them too many pickoffs.
Live by the sword, die by the sword at this point, Cap.
Yeah.
And this bottom bounty rune, if you're the Brood, you really want to take it.
I mean, it feels like Navi are adapting to this faster and faster.
Yes. The fact that they sent their Alk back and they were able to simultaneously retreat, that's a good move.
Yeah. And the later into the game, getting the pick off on these split pushers is more and more effective because the death timer is long.
Plus, they know that they still have their Aegis for a little bit.
Yeah.
So going for this push doesn't feel as bad. And you see on the other side of the map, the Brood pressuring the Shrine right now, trying to do whatever they can. They didn't even stop to get that bottom or the top bounty rune on their side.
I mean, he's got to go for the melee racks, though, at this point, because this is a hefty push coming in from Navi, and he's got to find a way to stall it.
Schofield's
They've
dead
already
again.
lost at least. Schofield Stinger does survive through that impetus shot. But he's already used a lot of his abilities. Crystallizes come back. Seneko was in trouble. The Spiderling's trying to finish him off. He gets the kill right before a fountain of explosion of gold over to the bottom lane. Now that they don't
need
have
this
Crystallized,
fight.
Whisper feels like he can go for it, but he's slowly but surely being chipped away. The Bloodstone's keeping alive. The healing ward was not going to be enough. Blizzy does manage to carry through this engagement, gets the kill on the enemy core, and they will stay in an offensive position here. They will hold this creep wave to Infamous's base while Crystallized makes sure that Chris Luck can't go for the split push again, but they can't really retreat so easily, and Hector's going to take advantage of that. He's going to be able to Blade Fury, staying on top of Zion. So there's going to be the disruption on top of the shallow grave. That means he's not going anywhere. He's immediately going to be impaled up. Schofield trying to hit him with a thing. Dead. It doesn't get in front of him, though. A little bit of a
This
spin
is their
away.
gem cap.
He has the gem. He can't afford to lose this. Another rollout. He's going to be fine. If anything, Hector's got to
Look
be
at Crystallized.
careful.
He's
gonna
coming
be
in.
taking so much damage. Crystallized, here it comes. He's got the unstable concoction. He's got the Abyssal Blade. Breaks through the Lincolns, though. Doesn't have the immediate stun. Can he get a bash? One swing. Not good enough. A second. Not good enough either. Crystallized does not chase down the Juggernaut, but it's back to the buildings. And Broodmother's feeling the pressure right now. He feels like he can't go to mid.
He still doesn't have a
has to
TP.
back up. He wants to be able to go back in the Omni Slash, going in and bounced over to Crystallized. Crystallized taking a lot of damage to Shalgrave. Will be able to buy him a little bit of time.
Brood
but
is here
comes
finally.
The Broodmother is finally here. He's got to fight with a team. And he takes on Crystallized. They do manage to get the stun onto the Dazzle. He's dead, and Blizzy left alone. Last time against a Juggernaut, he can win that fight, but Broodmother is too big for him. And same with Whisper. With this kind of backup, the damage is going to overwhelm Blizzy. He will fall as well. Infamous. They adapted this time. They're the ones to change up the game. Chris Luck forgets about split pushing and joins his team for a team fight.
And I think the reason why he's not carrying a TP because he's assuming that he won't have webs in that area anyways, and he can just make his way across. I'd like to see him have it anyways, but this bottom fight, that was so lucky. How many times he got on top of Crystallized?
Yeah.
He just served up this kill for his Brood on a platter. Lucky for Navi, though, they didn't lose the gem, which would have been even bigger for them, but losing 3 heroes like that, they might actually be forced to use the buyback on the Alk, which then puts them in such a weird position. They're going to go for the top racks. Look at it just fall.
It's going to fall so fast, and that's the way they've got to drop this Golem and see if they can deal with the Spiderlings. So Spiderlings actually kill the
They
Golem
have no
first.
glyph cap.
Oh, no
You've got to
glyph. Are they
buyback
gonna be forced into
Crystallized.
the buyback. It's only 25 seconds for his death timer, but 25 seconds is too long. Chris Luck, they got to force him back. He tries to go for the spike hairbrace done, and he gets it onto Crystallized. Now the disruption. The
They're all
splitter is
in
gonna
for
be
the Rex.
dodged. They are going to try to all in for the Megas right now as Hector's trying to finish out that melee. He does manage to get it. Now the range, it's so low. Chris Luck goes back up to the top lane. He's to try and deal with Zyx right now. Pops his VKB. Buildings. That's what Chris Luck needs to go for. Range
I
Rex,
can't- they're gonna get
falls mid. Hector, he sees his opportunity. One swing is all it takes to be able to get the Megas, and no one from Infamous will get caught
Oh
except for the Broodmother, who has his buyback.
Did Infamous actually has Mega Creeps right now?
They have Megas.
They're up 5K.
They're up against
How,
an Alchemist
how is
lineup.
Navi losing this game?
Infamous does it again.
They're just going to go for it right now.
I mean, they
On
have no
Navi.
other option.
But they use the buyback with 20 seconds left. I actually think Crystallized had to use it earlier or not at all.
Yes.
He made the worst of the two decisions
Yes.
because by waiting in that position, he forces his team to go all in anyways because if he dies once the game just ends.
Yeah.
And he also put his team in a position where he wasn't up there fast enough where he could pressure the people hitting the racks.
Yep.
So by holding the buyback, he put himself in such a rough position, and they're going to continue to go for the split push right now.
Dude, look at this. Yeah, like they know the pressure is there, but Crystallized is saying we have to go for the
They're
throne.
all in for the
We
throne.
have the death, so I'm the raid boss. They couldn't fight me before. Maybe with this full-on 5-man fight inside their base, Infamous, they're finally going to be forced to do something here. They can't go for split push anymore. They can't go for the throne themselves. They have to be able to win one fight against Navi, and they can win this series. But Crystallized with a BKB, he's ripping through the throne with that Desolator.
He's going for it. He's got it.
He's got the chain stuck. The shallow
He's
grave
got
to
it.
keep him alive. Plus, he's trying to finish up.
Oh
and
my
get it.
god!
Navi!
Woo!
They get mega, but it doesn't matter.
And Hector actually came back too late.